Hello, everyone. This is Kevin with Monarch Aesthetic Services, and I'm fortunate here to be with Julene Cray, our Director of Education. Good morning, Julene.
Good morning, Kevin.
And I know this is a little early for everyone, but this is our normal coffee with Kevin. So hopefully you have she's got her tea or coffee. I'm having my coffee or my second one at this point in time. So we look forward to everyone sitting down and enjoying a cup of coffee with us as we go through and talk about one of our newer and exciting products called the CryoTouch MD. So Julene, in a nutshell, can you give us a little bit of what the CryoTouch MD is?
Yeah, Kevin, the thing I love most about the CryoTouch MD is it is a simple but sophisticated topical carboxy delivery system, which basically means it takes the carbon dioxide that you apply onto the skin, changes the pH from about a 5.2 to a 4.8, which allows then the stratum corneum to open so that you can then drive in the serums that we push through the CryoTouch.
I'm going to be a wonderful patient here that I will get treated as we have our little coffee with Kevin and talk with Julene about the CryoTouch MD and any other thing out there. So I'm going to actually change cameras here real quick. Give me a second here. I'm going to adjust my camera. We have our lovely assistant here that's going to come and actually do a treatment. And you're going to see a treatment of the trichocytes. Now, I've been doing some trichocyte treatments, and we'll go what that means, but this has been something we've been doing pretty regularly. My lovely barber and lovely wife think that I'm getting some sort of results, so it'll be kind of interesting. So as she's delivering it, can you explain what's going on and what's happening and what are we doing?
Yeah, so you can see the trichocyte cartridge in the handpiece. There are 5 different cartridges that you can use besides hair restoration. You can do serums for after any radiofrequency microneedling, lasers. You can do standalone facials with a cartridge. We call it the Keurig for skin because there are different cartridges. You can also have empty cartridge that you could put PRP, exosomes to do exosome facials. So besides what you're seeing here with the hair restoration program, there are other revenue streams that you can use for the CryoTouch. So basically, as you see the handpiece going over Kevin's scalp, it is delivering the carbon dioxide to the skin, as I mentioned before, to open up that stratum corneum to be able to deliver this plant-based serum. And trichocyte actually has 20 plus years of research behind it from Columbia University. Dr. Gino Marcovici has been very instrumental in developing this great supplement for hair. So Kevin has had some regrowth. I've been able to see as I've done some treatments on him as well, but it has amazed me as he's now on his probably 7th treatment. Is that right, Kevin?
It is.
Yeah, so the whole hair program.
Like foam coming off of it. What's that coming out? Is that cryogen? What is that?
Yeah, that's just the carbon dioxide creating kind of the cold that kind of spurts out with the serum onto the scalp.
Yeah, it feels good. And then what's the typical treatment time on this?
5 minutes. Every treatment is just 5 minutes.
So in other words, we need to be very quick with our coffee with Kevin or this treatment's going to be over and we're done.
Exactly. I said we should have had espresso.
Well, that's true. It's a little bit quicker, right?
Right.
So again, I'm going to go back out to a kind of larger screen just to kind of get in there. You can kind of see what's going on as I'm sitting here doing the treatment. So now, what else can you use it for? What other applications? What are we seeing?
We have cartridges that are called Restore and Rejuvenate. Restore can be used after a laser treatment. It can be used after radiofrequency microneedling when patients might be red and have some edema or swelling, and you can use it to calm that down before the patient leaves. There's also, as I said, an empty cartridge, which we call the personalized rapid delivery cartridge. And therefore, you can put any serum in that you like, whether that's a PRP, an exosome, and you can apply that as well through the cartridge. So you can treat skin tone and texture. You can treat post-op procedures. You can even do something after just something as simple as dermaplaning or microdermabrasion. Many of our customers will actually add on this treatment to other treatments they're doing and just make it kind of a booster treatment, and patients love it.
Okay, so let's talk economics real quick. So what do the cartridges cost? What is kind of the going rate? And then what are you typically seeing offices charging? Let's start with hair, since that's kind of a big popular one we sell quite a few of these for the hair restoration or hair growth. What's the economics behind it?
Yeah, so the hair program involves 12 of the CryoTouch treatments, as you see being done here. Patient come in once per week or once every 2 weeks, which is very doable for many patients. There is also supplements and a at-home foam that goes along with this treatment. It all comes in one kit, everything together, and most people are charging patients anywhere from $3,500 to $4,000 for this complete program. Now, when I mentioned the supplements and the foam at home, that actually is a year's worth of supplements and foam at home, even though the actual treatments are anywhere from 3 to 4 months. So that whole program, you will get from patients the going rate across the country, $3,500 to $4,000.
So if you really look at it, what is it, 5 minutes times 12, we're talking 60 minutes, an hour total worth of treatment time, obviously the supplements. And so their return on investment is pretty high out there when you're talking about not only for the patient, but also for the customer, correct? I mean, it's a pretty good revenue source and a very affordable system for anyone out there getting it done. So I am done with my hair. My hair's a little crazy here, but I'll kind of smooth it out and we'll keep talking about it. Thank you very much for my lovely assistant here to do a treatment. So that's another quick question. Who can do this?
Anyone can do it. That's the beauty of this device. It is not a medical device. It is simply a carboxy topical delivery system. So it's not a class 1, 2, or 3 within the medical device classifications. It's a classification as you would think as a hydrofacial. Anyone can do the treatment. It does not matter. There's no state regulations and there are no contraindications. You can treat any patient, any time of year, any age, any skin color. So it's all year around revenue generating.
At the end of the day, you've been in the industry a couple of years. You've worked in our aesthetic industry for a little while. I mean, have you seen anything that compares to the ease of use, to being able to delegate this across the board? I mean, can you equate this to anything else out there, or is this kind of something that's unique on itself?
Yeah, I think this system is unique and I think it's small but mighty. I think it is a small device, which is great, but it can offer so much. And it's very sophisticated once you get behind the scenes with this device and the way that they can change algorithms from the home office and the way they have the ability to find out if your system is optimized. It's really sophisticated technology. And the way that you can use it in so many different areas within your practice, to add on and complement other things you're doing for only 5 minutes and the revenue is great. I just love it.
So another thing that we've seen a lot of our customers, and I want to get your feedback, we have a lot of customers now using the RDCs, the rapid delivery cartridges, the personalized individual thing. Now, obviously, we have the Hydrate, Rejuvenate. Those have been fantastic. But really, I think the interesting thing is we've seen a lot of our customers that we've had more install base trying to do different things. And exosomes have seemed to be kind of the leader in the market and what people are trying to use because, if anyone knows exosomes, they are small enough to be absorbed by the tissue. But if you have some way to drive it in deeper, you get much more effectiveness. So, at the end of the day, are we talking about, probably $100 cost, including the exosomes and the cartridge itself? Is that kind of what we're looking for on return on investment?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then if you do an exosome facial, a standalone, again, depending on what market you're in, we've seen, $350 to $500 for an exosome facial. So again, 5-minute treatment, your cost, like you said, maybe around $100. That's a pretty good ROI for a 5-minute procedure.
Well, for those of you watching, Julene's been great. She does a lot of training, which I kind of laugh because the training, the biggest part is how do you put the cryogen into it? But the training itself on the handpiece, which I was, I like very simple things. I think, what is it, 4 clicks? You press the button 4 times and the thing gets started. So there's really not a lot of settings. It's just you put a cartridge in, you click it 4 times, it starts to go, and you do your treatment, kind of what was done to me in your 5 minutes. So it's pretty easy. And you're doing a lot of virtual initial trainings, but you're also doing a lot of follow-up trainings. What are you hearing from customers as they've kind of started bringing this into the practice?
I cannot think of one customer that has not loved the way that this can fit into their current menu of services that they're already doing, either as an add-on or a standalone procedure. So I think the variety of the way that they can introduce CryoTouch into their options for their patients, they have loved it. You know, we have one med spa that is just probably using almost 3 to 4 cartridges per day, every day. It definitely has a place, whether it's a med spa, whether it's a dermatologist's office, plastic surgeon's office. It really has its place in any office for patients, and patients love it. Their skin feels great, it looks great. And the hair restoration, we've seen not only you with the success, but we've had many others that we've seen great photos for hair restoration, which is a big deal these days.
Well, I think the interesting thing is we get to see, obviously, through the order of the cartridges, we're seeing how well and how successful our customers are. And if you're talking about the numbers you're talking about, you know, I'm a numbers guy, so it really comes back down to it. So you're typically are probably high-end customers doing $40,000, $30,000 to $40,000 of income, standalone income by charging, doing either the hair or some of the other things. And then,
Yeah.
you know, probably some of our more moderate usage is still doing about $5,000 a month in general revenue to their bottom
Well,
line, correct?
I'd say, you know, I did kind of the numbers on an average. So if you do just 2 patients a day, you know, in a week, you're either add-on or standalone, you're netting in a month 8 to 10,000, just doing 2 patients a day. And then, you know, what does that equal to over a year? You know, maybe $100,000 more net. That's minus your cost of the cartridges.
So it's a pretty significant return on investment. So, okay, let's talk about all the applications. Hair, one. What's another
Yeah.
application? Exosomes delivery?
Exosomes, right? The personalized rapid delivery cartridge. Put any serum you want in. Restore, which is after a laser treatment, microdermabrasion, you know, something that restores the skin, takes out some of the redness and the swelling. Patient experience, they'll come back. They were able to walk out of your office without being bright red, so they could continue on their day. And then there's a rejuvenate, which is a standalone procedure that many people like, that you do rejuvenate facials. We have a med spa chain that owns 3 of these, and that's all they do all day long is rejuvenate facials. That, and then plus the hair. That's 5 different revenue streams.
And then let's also talk just, you know, pure economics on it. So a lot of other products out there that have come to the market that are placed with, you know, a lot of the offices doing hydration, doing, you know, a driving product in the tissue. They're typically costing $25,000, $35,000, you know, initial upfront cost. This one, what is the price point if someone wants to get invest into it and get it into the practice? What are we talking about for a cost to them?
Yeah, that's another great thing about this device is it's very, very affordable. Right now we have a summer special going till the end of August, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin.
Yep.
But for $9,995, you can get into this product, which, you know, that's an easy credit card application or, you know, however you want to, you know, finance it. But yeah, it's a very easy, and you can pay that off then very few treatments before the return on investment is completely paid off.
So numbing is a big thing for most procedures out there. And that was kind of what got me excited about it, is that they have a rapid numbing 200, 300, which is either a 3-minute or a 5-minute numbing, which does a wonderful job. But I also found, and we've kind of played around with, utilizing personal, individual, like BLT type of product out there that they get from a compounding pharmacy. And we found that that has actually worked very well with the CryoTouch. So can you address that a little bit and kind of what you guys are seeing out there?
Yeah, just as you said, I mean, there's a rapid numbing with a 5% over the counter. So maybe for some of your lighter procedures, and because it's a 5% over the counter, again, anybody can use that and apply that. But then we do have an advanced protocol for numbing, as Kevin mentioned, where you put your 23/7 or whatever topical numbing cream that you may be using from your compound pharmacy. And there's a way to deliver that either through the cartridge or apply it on the skin and then use the CryoTouch over top of it. Drives the numbing in, and 15 minutes later, after you apply it for 5 minutes, wait for 10 to 15 minutes, you're ready to go. And they're as numb as if you had let them sit there for 45 minutes to 60 minutes. So it really does kind of increase that patient turnover as far as, getting them in the office, getting them treated, and getting them out. And what do most people have a lack of these days is enough time, right? So coming in and getting things done and getting out fast, patients love it.
Well, I think the thing that really got us excited about it is we talked to one of our one of the current users of the CryoTouch MD, and she's a solo practitioner, you know, running the practice, has a lot on her plate. But the one thing she told us, which I was really excited about, is that she believes she can get 1 to 2 more patients a day to treat the ability, because her numbing time has gone down dramatically. So, you know, that equates into, if you're looking at an average office, probably $1,000, $1,500, even more than that, maybe $3,000 to $4,000, depending on the procedure, you know, a day additional to their bottom line, which is pretty significant. So, you know, that's as I said, it's not a direct revenue source, but if you kind of look at it that way, that's a really big revenue source at the end of the day. So you can include it for a lot of different things.
Exactly.
Well, any other thing we should know about the CryoTouch MD while we've got our brain trust right here?
I don't think so. I don't know why you wouldn't include it in your practice. I don't know why. I don't know any reason why you wouldn't. I mean, affordable, great ROI, patients love it, quick treatment. There's just so many advantages, and, you know, no contraindications, all patients all year round, any skin type, any age. So why not?
Well, it's funny because just the last couple of days we've had quite a few people invest in the CryoTouch MD. So it's a exciting, fun product out there. I think you'll see a lot more of them out there. You'll see the market kind of get really a big buzz. There's some exciting new opportunities that we've seen out there with the CryoTouch MD. But if you guys want to learn more about it, please reach out to us. You can send us an email at info@monarchaestheticservices.com. You can go to the website, again, www.monarchaestheticservices.com, and, you know, fill out our request form. We'd love to kind of talk to you, and, you know, maybe you'll get on a call with Julene once you get it, and she'll do a little virtual training with you. But thank you, Julene. I know it's an early morning. Have a little bit more of your coffee or tea that gets you up and going. But thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Kevin.